There was a race against time in 2004 to get Sakir ready for its Grand Prix debut. But today, the only race is where it matters, right on track. Welcome to the Bahrain Grand Prix. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36-mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and it could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Russell, Antonelli, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Tsunoda, Norris, Piastri, Sainz, and Alex Albon. Hadjar, Fernando Alonso, and Stroll. Lawson, Blakely, Esteban Ocon, and Gabriel Bortoleto. Doohan, Hulkenberg, Behrman, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Well, it's been a long time since I last worked with you. Good to see you again today. Anthony Davidson. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish. But let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Big pressure at the start of the race, Crofty, for all of them up and down the grid, no matter where you are. But the drivers these days, they practice, practice and practice. They have rigs with them at the circuit where they can sit down with the actual steering wheel from the real car, and they've got lights that they react to. The clutch paddle is tailored around the driver's hands, around their fingers, so they can have optimum position before they start. So there's so much thought and effort that goes into getting these cars off the line.
That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you. We can now use DRS. DRS now available. Nice move, good job. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, you have some front wing damage, but not enough to justify a stop in the remaining laps. great manoeuvre. You made it look so easy.
That's a fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the desert.
And of course, that's now 4 race wins in a row. They've got the momentum now, and it's starting to turn into a bit of a dominance.
Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top 3 finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one. Welcome to one of the fastest races in the entire calendar, and while it's one of the newer races on the F1 World Tour, it's already staked its reputation as a fan favourite. It's Jeddah, and it's the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah street circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Piastri, Lando Norris, and Russell, Tsunoda, Antonelli, Lawson, and Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Blakely, and Albon, Hadjar, Stroll, Nico Hülkenberg, and Pierre Gasly, Ocon, Behrman, Doohan, and Gabriel Bortoleto rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me, a man, well, what more can I say? But he's a legend. Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Okay, the stewards have given you a 3-second time penalty for contact with other cars. That's 3 seconds to be added to our race time. There's a new strategy available on the MFD. Okay, mate, that was an illegal manoeuvre. You've got to cede that position or we'll receive a penalty. Green flag, we're racing again, let's go. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good.
な。この調子でいきましょう。チームのことを誇りに思うわ。
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
The checkered flag is out. We're going to be hearing that Dutch national anthem again because it's victory for Max Verstappen. It's what they've all been racing towards, waiting for them. High above the pit lane is our podium. And for the lucky three, it's time to stand on it. One of the all-time greats celebrates yet again. It's another podium, it's another top step for Max Verstappen. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.